2023 high school baseball. '23 high school baseball and softball on WJER is made possible by great local sponsors like Keim Home Center, Wood Electric, Pets Place, Dover Brake, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, Kemp Insurance, Smartway Communications, T-County Boxing Academy, Wendy's, Geib Funeral Homes, Crematories and Pet Crematory, Subway, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, and Omni Fiber. Tune in for today's game on 100.9 FM, AM 1450, or watch live online at WJER.com/videos or on the WJER Radio YouTube channel. Now let's go live to the ballpark for all of today's action on WJER, the sports voice of the Valley.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Massillon High School in Massillon for sectional baseball action. Actually, moving on to districts here shortly. Baseball action between the Dover Tornadoes and the Massillon Tigers. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you, and we certainly, Bill, it's a great day, and we're looking forward to a great ball game.
Beautiful day, beautiful field. We are in the Tim Ridgely press box, and even Tim Ridgely himself couldn't find a seat here. If we weren't familiar with each other before, we will be familiar with each other by the end of this game in these quarters.
The Tornadoes come in at 17-7, while the Tigers at 15-7. We'll come back and we'll start our pregame in a moment, so stay with us here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Hello, Dover. OmniFiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for OmniFiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of OmniFiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times, and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
And back at Massillon Washington High School in Massillon as we get ready for this sectional final between Dover and Massillon. The winner will move on to play most likely Massillon Jackson. If all holds true to the seeding, they are the number 1 seed in this tournament. That game would be played on the 23rd. So, Bill, this is really kind of your maiden voyage here on the radio and on Claxon Communications on YouTube. So you're getting a little behind-the-scenes taste here early.
Yeah, there's a lot of equipment set up here. I guess we apologize for any feedback because of all the people here. Big crowd of people in the press box here. Again, we are at what they call the Duck here, Carl Schrader Field in Massillon, and it's a matchup of 2 pretty evenly matched teams. They played twice today already this season. Dover won at home, Massillon won at home, and this would be the rubber match.
So the Dover Tornadoes are the visiting team, so they will bat first tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing them here shortly. The Massillon Tigers also have a formidable lineup as well. We'll come back. We'll run them down for you after this on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Take your summer projects even further with Kime Loyalty Rewards. Start earning 2.5% back on all purchases when you become a member. Visit us online at kimehome.com for more information or call us at 330-893-2251 to sign up today. Our Home Center in Charm is your trusted source for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the Smart Way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the Smart Way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
We want to also thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Whether it's sniffles and sneezes or something more serious, world-class care is near you. Find your nearest provider at clevelandclinic.org/locations. And also thanks to our pregame and postgame sponsor, Guide Funeral Homes. The Guide family and staff wish all of our area spring sports athletes the best of luck this season. When it matters most, you can put your trust in Guide. Guide Funeral Homes, crematories, remembrance centers, and pet crematory, serving Tuscarawas County families for 5 generations. As we take a look at the lineup for the Dover Tornadoes, the leadoff batter is Caden Shy, batting .319. He'll be playing center field. At shortstop, Ethan Kelliker with a .347 batting average. The third batter in the lineup, Hunter Edwards, at .328. He'll be catching today. In the number 4 spot, the cleanup hitter, Ben Ham, with a .343 average. He'll be out in right field. At third base will be Mason Gruel with a .302 average, batting 5th. The number 6 batter will be Caden McGarry. He's carrying a .365 batting average. He is the DH. At first base, Jonah Marks, number 13, batting .238. And in the number 8 spot, number 14, Nathan Leggett, a .267 batter, playing second base. And out in left field, it'll be number 15, James Leggett, with a .270 batting average. For the Massillon Tigers, their leadoff batter, number 13, Gavin Macherik, batting .282. The second batter, number 5, Brennan Crow, at .261. He'll be the center fielder. Macherik will be playing third base. Tyler Hackenbraw will be the number 3 hitter in right field with a .284 batting average. Matt McGeorge, number 8, batting .324 at second base for the Tigers. The catcher, Brock Palilli, batting in the number 5 spot with a .327 average. The DH will be Drew Stitt. He'll also be pitching today. His batting average is .288. Luke McGeorge, the number 7 hitter with a .172 batting average, playing shortstop. At first base will be number 7, Chase Duplain. And also in the field will be Xavier Hamid. So we are just about ready to go. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more in a moment from the Sports Voice of the Valley here in Massillon, Ohio.
Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital is your first choice for primary care. From a network of family providers to convenient locations near you, you'll always get safe care right where you need it. For wellness visits, for managing your health conditions, for every care in the world. Turn to Union Hospital for all your primary care needs. All Union Hospital locations are accepting new patients. Don't delay. Schedule an appointment today at 330-602-0778.
The T County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
This is Ann Geib. Geibs have cared for the families of this community, always looking for ways we can be of greater service, providing caring pet cremation at our pet crematory located inside the Geib Funeral Center in Dover. I invite you to tour our pet crematory and also talk with a Geib staff member to answer any questions you might have. If you should ever experience a loss of a pet, allow the Geib family and staff to provide you and your pet with compassionate and timely on-site pet cremation.
Geibs, caring for the entire family.
Back at Massillon High School, and it'd be a good idea to take a look at some of the other stats for both teams. And we'll turn that over to Bill to let him do his magic with the stat sheets.
Hey, thanks, Scott. Again, this is an evenly matched couple of teams here. Dover came in as the 15th seed, so they're the visitors. Massillon's the 10th seed. As far as batting averages, as a team, Dover's batting .301. Neither team with a lot of pop in the lineup. Dover only has 2 home runs on the season. Massillon only has 1. Massillon as a team, they are batting .249. So both of these teams try to manufacture runs. Talked to Coach Jeff Fondrest of the Dover Tornadoes this morning, and he said he expects that Massillon's going to bunt and bunt often, while his team has to be solid in the outfield. And we're about ready for the national anthem.
Yeah, they're going to introduce, I think, both teams before we go to that, so we still have a little more time to run down a couple of the statistics for the teams. And Dover has not had a great team batting average, but yet they're managing to produce runs enough to pick up 17 wins.
17 wins, a lot of those in late innings, a lot of close games. They scored 147 runs on the season. Again, a 17-7 record for Dover, 15-7 for Massillon. If we talk about pitching, both these teams are built on pitching. Both of the teams have ERAs right around 2. Dover is just over 2 as an ERA. Massillon at 1.77 ERA. Now again, these teams both played each other during the season. Dover won the first matchup 1-0 in Dover. Only run scored in the first inning on an unearned run, and the second game was 4-2 in favor of Massillon here. But Coach Jeff Fondrest says neither team has seen the other team's best pitcher, so that's who's on the mound today. For Dover on the mound is Colin Bruno. He's a sophomore. Coach Fondrest says he's not a particularly hard thrower, but he's a smart guy. He's a smart pitcher, throws a lot of strikes, and gets a lot of outs. And then on the other side, 2-1 pitcher for the Massillon Tigers, Drew Stitt, had more appearances than that, but his record on the season, let me get to my stats here as I look through what we got for the Massillon Tigers.
And you can look at that real quickly, and we'll tell them, hey, thanks to our scoreboard sponsor, Keim Home Center. Keim's located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County and is a destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. They're dedicated to caring for your project like they would care for their own. Visit them on State Route 557 in Charm or online at keimlumber.com. And thanks to our pregame and postgame sponsor, Omni Fiber, with a new choice in internet service in the Dover community. Enjoy the speed and reliability of a 100% fiber network and Ohio-based sales and customer service. Get free installation and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit omnifiber.com/Dover to learn more. Bill, take it away with some more stats.
Drew Stitt, he's the pitcher today for Massillon. His ERA is 2.73. He's pitched 36 innings on the season, and his record coming in was 2-1. So again, two teams based on their pitching. They're going to look to get runners on early. Coach Fondrest was saying that he needs his middle of the lineup to step up and drive in some runs. Again, not a lot of pop in either lineup. Only 3 home runs on the season between the two teams, so we're expecting a lot of bunts, a lot of base running, and a lot of manufacturing at the plate.
So we are just about ready to get down to the field and for our national anthem. And we're just about ready to go. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you as the Massillon Tigers set to face the Dover Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes, first three batters, Chad Shy, Ethan Kelliker, and Hunter Edwards. We'll see what they can do against the pitching of Drew Stitt.
Caden Shy is a speedy sophomore there, playing center field for the Tornadoes, leading off today.
So we are just about ready to go with the first pitch at Massillon High School as we get ready to go. 312 down the lines, 350 to dead center, and 362 to left center. So it's quite a big field here, and we'll see what they can do. It looks like I missed one. It looks like it's 375 to dead center. So quite a big ballpark for high schoolers.
Yeah, I don't think Dover's coach is expecting many balls to get out that far. He himself said there's not a lot of big sticks in his lineup, and he expects that Massillon's going to be bunting early and often, I think were his exact words.
It's going to be a lot of small ball.
Yeah, it's going to be right here in front of us. We are right down the first base line, and we're probably going to see all the action right here in the infield.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate the fine folks at Massillon for allowing us to come up here and do the game, and we're looking forward to it both with Claxon Communications and on WJER Radio. And the dean himself, Casey Claxon, with us today, honors us with his presence.
I think one of the people who's going to be the most tired after this is Coach Leggett. After the game, he was doing a lot of ground ball drills out here, hitting them to the infield. They need to clean up any mistakes that they've been making this season, because it's going to come down in this game to who can manufacture runs and who can take advantage of mistakes.
It's always pitching and defense.
Absolutely.
As we get ready to go, Caden Shy ready to go. He's playing center field today, batting .319. Caden Shy steps in against Drew Stitt, and we're just about ready to go with the first pitch of our game. Sectional championship contest, Stitt's first pitch. And it's going to be strike one. So good pitch to get started. And it's interesting that neither team has seen the other team's best pitcher as Stitt fires number two.
As they've already played
and another
twice this year.
Second strike. 0-2 the count quickly on Shy here.
He's taking him.
In the top half of the first inning as Stitt delivers. And that one is fouled back. Glad we parked in the upper parking lot.
You said that coming in. You didn't want to break a windshield.
I did not want to replace a windshield today, thanks. Caden Shy steps in. 0-2 the count. Stitt ready, the righty delivers. Takes something off of it over the outside corner, and they'll check at first base. And it's ball one.
Checked his swing. It's a close one.
1-2 the count. Nobody out. Just underway here. Top of the first inning as the Dover Tornadoes playing the Massillon Tigers. The pitch hit out into left field, and it's actually right field, but it's nice play there by the second baseman, Matt McGeorge, who caught the soft liner for the first out of the game. So it'll be Ethan Kelliker, the shortstop, up next, batting second with one out. Nobody on base for the Tornadoes. And that is ball one.
So Ethan Kelliker was actually the winning pitcher when Dover beat Massillon 1-0.
So Kelliker standing in from the right side. And that is hit hard to the outfield. The center fielder's got a play on it. And he'll make a nice running catch just short of the fence. Nice play out there by Brennan Crow for the second out of the inning. That was hit pretty hard. I don't know. He said they can't hit it out of the ballpark. I don't know. That was pretty good.
Solid contact from both the first and second batter today for Dover. That's probably a good sign for them that they're ready to play.
Hunter Edwards steps in, the catcher. Ready to take the first pitch from Drew Stitt. So far, Stitt getting good defense behind him by the Tigers. Stitt in the windup, the toss, and it is fouled back. Quickly 0-1 with two outs. Nobody on for the Dover Tornadoes here in the top half of the first inning of the sectional championship game. Stitt fires over the outside part of the plate, but just a little low. And it is 1-1. So Edwards trying to work Stitt into a favorable count. The pitch, foul back again, and it's quickly 1-2.
They haven't swung and missed yet, either foul ball or fly ball into the outfield.
So Stitt doing a pretty good job, but the Dover batters have timed him up pretty well. As Stitt sets the pitch.
There's another.
And that is hit out to center field. That one is going to fall in. That could be a double, as Edwards will hustle into second base with a double. And the Tornadoes have some offense early on.
Showing some wheels there that didn't get past the outfielders, but right in the gap there so he could make it to second base.
Fielder, number 7, Ben Ham. And Ben Ham, the cleanup hitter, coming up with a runner on second base and 2 outs. He'll be the 4th batter of the inning. Ham batting .343 as he makes his first appearance in the top half of the first inning. Hunter Edwards out on second. Looks a little lonely out there. I know he wants to make it around a couple extra bases here. As Ham takes the first pitch for a strike from Stitt.
He agrees with that call. Nodding his head. Ham's an athlete who's been called on to lead all year for the football team, basketball team, and now baseball, batting 4th.
0-1 the count on Ham here. Top of the first, 2 outs. Runner on second for the Tornadoes. As Stitt delivers, and that is fouled back. And that is strike 2. You're right, Bill. They have not missed hardly at all. They've either fouled it back or hit a pretty solid shot either to one of the infielders or into the outfield.
And they're not swinging it at bad pitches or even good strikes.
0-2 the count. 2 outs. Stitt the pitch, and that is drilled to the shortstop, and quick play safe at first base. And a hustle job by Ham.
He's limping a little, though.
Landed a little awkwardly, I think, on first base when he went by the bag. And Dover has runners at first and second. The second baseman, or the player on second, couldn't advance because the shortstop picked up the ground ball, so wisely stayed at second. And that'll bring up Mason Gruhl batting .302 with runners on first and second and 2 out for the Tornadoes. As Stitt delivers, strike 1. So Dover with something going here early on. As they've got a couple of hits here in the top half of the first inning. Stitt with the throw, the swing, and the miss for strike 2.
First swing and a miss of the game. But down 0-2.
Dover with runners on first and second. Gruhl with the 0-2 count, 2 outs. And Drew Stitt, quite a few pitches here in this first inning. And he is set from the right side, delivers. And ball 1. Pretty close there. 1-2 the count. As Stitt sets quickly. Checks second base, comes home with it. And the grounder to short. Over to second base for the 3rd out of the game here in the top half of the first inning. We'll come up next with the bottom half of the first featuring the Massillon Tigers in a moment. 0-0 our score as we head to the bottom half of the first on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T-County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements Pro Boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Ready to go with the bottom half of the first inning. The Dover Tornadoes in the field. Across the infield, it'll be Jonah Marks at first, Nathan Leggett at second, Ethan Kelliker at short, and Mason Gruel at third. The outfield and left field will be James Leggett. Center field, Caden Shy. Right field, Ben Ham. The catchers, Hunter Edwards and Colin Bruno will be the pitcher today for the Tornadoes. Right-hander ready to go. The first three batters up for the Massillon Tigers, Marcherick, Crow, and Hackenbrack. As we are ready to go. Not many 300 hitters in either lineup.
No, not really. 301 is a team for Dover, and then 249 is a team for Massillon. They haven't seen Colin Bruno yet this season.
So the big number 12's out there ready to go. And the Tornadoes will gather at the mound here quickly for a little pep talk as we get the leadoff hitter, Marcerick, number 13, stepping in from the right side. As the Tornadoes will see what they can do pitching and defensive-wise against the Tigers.
Bruno 5-2 on the season. His ERA just .67. Came into some relief innings earlier in the year and proved himself as a starter and got picked for this sectional championship game.
So Bruno with his first pitch, a little bit high for ball one.
Already got a discussion with the umpire here. I think somebody did not like that call, and he's telling them to keep it to themselves.
The corner infielders even with the bag at first and third, as Bruno ready to go with the second pitch. And that is hit solidly to shortstop. Picked up off the shoe tops nicely there by Ethan Kelliker. And there's one out for the Tigers. Nice play defensively by Kelliker to get the first out against the Tigers.
Pitching and defense.
Brennan Crow, the center fielder, up next with one out, nobody on base for the Tigers. No score between Dover and Massillon here in the bottom of the first. As Bruno connects with strike one against Crow. Bruno's working pretty fast here early on. Looked like he put a curveball on that for strike two.
So Coach Finder says he's not a power pitcher, but he's a smart pitcher. He locates his pitches, and he's showing that, throwing strikes early.
0-2 the count here on Crow with one out for the Tigers here in the bottom of the first. No score. And that is just outside. That was pretty close. Nice ballpark here at Massillon. First time I've been here. And great facility for baseball. Of course, you can see their football training area and their huge stadium here to the right, Tiger Stadium, as Bruno bounces one into the catcher. Quite a complex.
They call it the Duck. It's named after Carl Schrader, who 100 years ago played football for Massillon.
2-2 the count here on Brennan Crow. Nobody on base. One out, and that is ground to Kelliker. Gathers himself over to first for the second out. So Kelliker, solid shortstop play.
Now bat for the Tigers, the right fielder, number 6.
And that is two outs as Tyler Hackenbrack, batting .284, the right fielder, will bat third here. He'll bat from the left side. We've got two outs in the bottom of the first inning. And Colin Bruno doing a nice job here so far. Bruno sets and delivers. A little bit outside for ball one. Nobody on base. And Kelliker's had the first two putouts of the bottom half of the first inning.
He was busy there last time in the 1-0 win. He's busy in the infield this time.
Hackenbrack takes the pitch from Bruno for a strike, evens the count out at 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Bruno throwing curveballs, painting the corners, just missing with the balls just barely.
So Bruno set with the 1-1 count. And that liner down to first base. Snagged nicely there by Jonah Marks for the third out of the inning. And at the end of 1 inning of play, we have no score between Dover and Massillon here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Take your summer projects even further with Kime Loyalty Rewards. Start earning 2.5% back on all purchases when you become a member. Visit us online at kimehome.com for more information or call us at 330-893-2251 to sign up today. Our home center and charm is your trusted source for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Ready to go with the top half of the second inning for the Dover Tornadoes. It will be the DH Cade McGarry, followed by Jonah Marks and Nathan Leggett as we start to get to the bottom half of the order. No score between Dover and Massillon, as the Tornadoes seem to have sized up Drew Stitt pretty well in the top half of the first inning.
And in the bottom half, all the Massillon Tiger batters also made contact off Colin Bruno.
So number 8 getting ready to step in, Cade McGarry, batting .365 for the Tornadoes.
Designated hitter number 8, Cade McGarry.
And we'll see if McGarry can get something started here for the Tornadoes here in the top half of the second inning.
He's leading the team in batting average among players with enough at-bats.
Drew Stitt, first pitch, strike one. Stitt has been all around the plate. He's had good control so far early in the game. Stitt working quickly. Second pitch grounded to first base. And that will be unassisted by Chase Duplain for the first out of the top half of the second inning.
Number 13,
Everybody seems to be making contact today off of these pitchers.
But the defense has held up for both teams so far as Jonah Marks, the first baseman, quickly into the right side of the batter's box as Stitt will deliver. And that is low and outside for ball one. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you from Massillon High School. Stitt hit hard out to right field. And it is caught by the right fielder. Nice play out there by Tyler Hackenbrack. And that is the second out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14, Nathan Leggett.
As Nathan Leggett will come up. Next, he is the number 8 batter in the lineup, playing second base today.
Wonder if there's any competition between the Leggetts there batting 8th and 9th in the lineup. Younger one gets to go first.
Yeah, and he'll take strike one as we have 2 outs in the top half of the second inning. No score between Dover and Massillon in this sectional championship game. And that is strike 2 very quickly as Stitt has been all around the plate. He's been very accurate so far. Stitt looking for a 3-pitch strikeout. Let's see as he delivers. And just outside for ball one. 1-2 the count, 2 outs.
Very disciplined of Leggett to take that pitch down 0-2 in the count.
And Stitt with a fastball a little high. And it's 2-2. So Stitt working quickly. Nathan Leggett steps out, gets set, ready to go. And that is strike 3. And that is enough to end the top half of the second inning, as we have no score between Dover and Massillon after the top half of the second here on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the smart way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider, now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the smart way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Katie, I don't know how you get to work so early, and you even have time to stop at McDonald's.
It's so quick with the McDonald's app. I order and pay from home, pull into the pickup spot, and they bring my food right out. Or I can just run in and grab it from the pickup area.
I always remember the app once I'm already at McDonald's.
But that's okay. Just use it when you order at the drive-thru or inside. Open the app, get your code, and you'll earn points toward free McDonald's food. Plus, the app is loaded with daily deals.
Suddenly I'm having a Big Mac attack.
That sounds good. I'll order it from my app.
The McDonald's mobile app. I'm loving it.
Ready to go here with the bottom half of the second inning. And for the Massillon Tigers, it'll be Matt McGeorge, Brock Palilli, and Drew Stitt coming to the plate. And so far through an inning and a half, it's been defense and pitching, as we talked about before the game.
Coming up in the lineup, though, for Massillon are their top two hitters in the lineup. McGeorge batting .324, and Palilli leading the team with a .327 average.
So Colin Bruno sailing along here through one inning. We'll see what he can do in inning number 2 as he put down the Tigers 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first inning. Bruno steps in, toes the rubber, ready to go. And the first pitch to the right-handed batting McGeorge is ball 1. Both pitchers working fairly quickly. As Bruno, the pitch, a little bit low for ball 2.
First inning for Bruno was a liner to short, grounder to short, then a liner to first. So nothing out of the infield yet.
Dover's got a couple of hits, but they couldn't manufacture a run out of them, as Bruno with the pitch. That is fouled back.
Up over our heads.
Up over the press box. And the count 2-1 on Matt McGeorge, the second baseman. And Bruno, the pitch, a little bit high. And 3-1 the count. We haven't seen these deep counts very much, at least early on.
We'll see how Bruno responds. Coach says he's a smart pitcher. Let's see where he goes.
Bruno with the pitch, and that is lined out to center field. That's going to be a single for Matt McGeorge.
Just a level swing right up the middle.
Number 21.
Over the infield's head.
So with nobody out, the Tigers have a runner on first, and that'll bring up Brock Palilli. .327 batter, the catcher today. With nobody out, Tigers a chance to produce some offense.
There's a lot of hand signals coming out of the dugout, but you wouldn't think a guy with his batting average would be up there to bunt.
Brock Palilli stands in against Colin Bruno, and he is going to lay one down. And Palilli will field it, get it to first for the out. The runner will be advanced to second, and that may be the type of game we're going to see. We talked about that earlier. They're going to bunt a lot, and they sacrifice one of their better hitters to get the runner to second base.
Early and often is what Coach Fonders said.
Well, you know what? You got to give Palilli credit. I mean, he's one of the best hitters, and he's willing to put a bunt down for his team to try and get a run across the plate.
Yeah, he's a fairly big guy. I'm not sure that he would beat one of those out.
So Drew Stitt, the pitcher, comes to the plate against Colin Bruno. The Tigers with a runner on second and one out here in the bottom half of the second inning. As Colin Bruno ready to pitch, He shortened up his stride a little bit, trying to keep the runner a little bit closer to second base.
Corners were relatively in on that pitch for Dover, but they're backing up now.
McGeorge getting a pretty good lead out there at second base.
Nobody's holding him.
As Bruno ready to go with the 0-1 count on Drew Stitt. And that is low and outside to the right-handed batter. Count evens out at 1-1 with 1 out. Runner on second for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second inning is Colin Bruno working in a little bit of a jam early on. As Stitt waiting for the pitch from Bruno, the delivery, and low and outside. And I think that runner on second base is bothering him a little bit, his pitching style. He's changed his mechanics, his delivery, and his timing is just a little bit off the last couple of pitches.
I feel like his catcher went out and talked to him before this, so hopefully he remembers what he said.
2-1 the count. The runner on second, Bruno the pitch, and that is fouled down the first base line. And the count goes to 2-2 with 1 out.
Bruno is really throwing with kind of a short delivery there.
So Drew Stitt trying to drive in a run here in the bottom half of the second inning, facing a 2-2 count with 1 out for the Tigers. And Colin Bruno pitching well for the Dover Tornadoes. And that one bounces in, and nice job blocking the plate there by Hunter Edwards, where that could have advanced the runner at second over to third.
Yeah, he was thinking about it.
Full count, 3-2 with 1 out. Runner on second for the Tigers, Drew Stitt at the plate. And Palilli with the pitch. And that is a walk for Palilli. So runners on first and second for the Massillon Tigers, as Luke McGeorge will come to the plate with 1 out.
They're letting Bruno figure this one out here in between batters.
So McGeorge, the right-handed batter, with a 172 stick, playing shortstop. And Bruno could really use a strikeout here to help himself out.
Took a timeout in the box there. Coach told him to take a deep breath. It's a big situation for him here with 2 runners on.
McGeorge standing in from the right side. Bruno ready to go. Runners on first and second for Massillon and no score. And that one is popped straight up. Looks like the first baseman is underneath it. And Jonah Marks makes the play for the Tornadoes. That was a big pop out. And that'll bring up Chase Duplain.
Takes away a lot of options with 2 outs.
So runners on first and second for Massillon. Their first threat of the game here in the bottom of the second inning, as Chase Duplain steps in for his first at bat. The number 8 batter in the lineup, as Bruno ready for his first pitch to Duplain. And that one is fouled back.
Let's get deeper into the order here for Massillon. It's kind of surprising at their batting averages here, batting 159 on the season.
So Duplain standing in from the right side. Bruno with an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Massillon. And that is hit hard to center field. That's going to find a hole, and I think that's going to go, well.
He made the catch.
Made the catch, came in very quickly and made the catch. What a play there by Ben Ham, as he covered a lot of ground. I didn't think there was any way he could get to it. He makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. And, boy, that's a run-saving, maybe 2-run-saving catch here to end the second inning. And there is no score between Dover and Massillon here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
Life moves fast. Can you keep up? Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital Ortho Express Care welcomes patients with no appointment necessary, so injury or joint pain never slow you down. Our orthopedic experts will give you the care you need when you need it. For every break and breakthrough, for every bone and joint, for every care in the world. Walk in for orthopedic care close to you in the Heritage Square Plaza at Dover. Learn more at unionhospital.org/orthoexpresscare.
And we are back ready for the top half of the third inning. And the Dover Tornadoes and Massillon Tigers 0-0 tie here. Both teams have had runners on base but haven't been able to convert.
It's an outstanding close in that last play to end the previous inning by Ben Ham. Looked like that was going to the gap. Ben Ham, who had twisted his ankle or something running past first base earlier, still had the wheels to make that catch, chase it down from right field.
Doing a little repair work to the infield. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like it was wet. They're going to throw some dirt on it, and hopefully that will take care of the problem.
That's right, same thing Ben Ham did in the dugout. Threw some dirt on his ankle.
Made it better.
Toughed it out.
Number 15, James Leggett.
As James Leggett will lead off the top half of the third inning. No score between Dover and Massillon. This is exactly the type of game we expected.
We've had some outstanding defensive plays, and the pitchers are throwing strikes and getting outs.
So James Leggett batting .270 against Drew Stitt and takes strike one. Stitt has definitely been accurate. I think he's been hitting the spots that they want to try and exploit with all the Dover batters. Stitt throws, and that one is pounded out to center field, and that will be out number one. Brennan Crow settled under it, and we'll go back to the top of the order as Caden Shy will come up for the second time in the game.
That center fielder's playing really shallow out there, not expecting anything to go over his head.
So Caden Shy lined out in the first inning to the shortstop. And he'll take the first pitch.
In the dirt.
In the dirt. For ball one. 1-0 the count on Caden Shy with one out, nobody on base for the Tornadoes. That is strike one. Sectional championship, the winner will move on to play next week in district action as Stitt delivers ball two. 2-1 the count with one out. Stitt ready. The pitch, ground ball up the middle, that's going to sneak through to get a hit. And Shy on first base, the speedster.
Shy's doing his job, taking pitches, letting everybody see what Stitt is throwing, and then making contact with the ball. Almost got hit the first time, hit it straight up the middle for a single this second time around.
So with one out, Ethan Kelliker will step in, and Caden Shy's on first base as Drew Stitt looks to the plate with the pitch, a little high for ball one.
Kelliker made good contact first time up, flew out to center field.
You know, Caden Shy has got some wheels. Wonder if they would dare send him at this stage of the game as Stitt looks at first base. Concentrates on the hitter, swing and a miss, and that is now a 1-1 count with one out.
Tries a little bit of a lead on first base.
Stitt's concerned he'll throw over to first. Had to dive back in. Shy is safe. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Ethan Kelliker, a .347 hitter, hit a fly out the first time. And that one is hit hard out to center field again. And handled there again by Brennan Crow. So Crow playing a nice center field. That is the second out of the game. And the Tornadoes have hit Stitt hard, but they've hit him right at somebody.
Kelliker especially. Those are two big fly balls to the outfield. We were talking about how deep it is out there and how there isn't a lot of pop in the lineup. He's hitting it far.
375 to dead center, and he probably hit it 330.
Yep.
So Hunter Edwards, who had a double in the first inning, up here in the top half of the third inning. No score with 2 outs. Runner on first for the Tornadoes, as Drew Stitt pitching for the Massillon Tigers. And that's going to be high. They're going to throw it down to first. He's back in time.
They're aware of Shy's speed.
That became apparent right there. Those are dangerous plays. When you throw down, you better be ready, because that could go all the way out to right field. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. Runner on first for the Tornadoes. They'll come back over to first. Safe again. They're paying attention now with 2 outs. There's a likelihood he could be sent to second base. Stitt staring down Edwards with a 1-0 count and 2 outs. And a quick timeout as Edwards will step out. Shy takes a lead off of first.
He's really got everybody thinking out there.
Edwards looks at the pitch from Stitt for a strike. 1-1 our count with 2 outs in the top half of the third inning. Dover with a runner on first, Caden Shy, and Edwards trying to advance him with 2 outs. They'll go back to first base, and Shy gets back again safely.
Yeah, Edwards hits another double with Shy speed. He could make it around the base paths.
And they'll come back again to first. They're really worried about Caden Shy at first base. I suspect in those other games he must have burnt them at some point, as that is a ball for a 2-1 count with 2 outs. No score between Dover and Massillon here in this sectional championship game. Massillon 15-7. Dover comes in at 17-7. Drew Stitt on the mound. Shy takes off. They'll throw down to second base, and ball gets into center field. Shy's going to continue on to third base, and the Tornadoes have an opportunity here, as they couldn't get him at second base. Ball got away into the outfield, and Shy continued over to third.
So it looks like their second baseman out there needs to catch his breath on that one. He's limping now too.
Yeah, he got caught up in the slide, I think, is what happened, and bang play at second base. Ball got through. Shy was able to pop up and keep on going to third. So now a 3-1 count on Edwards with a runner on third, 2 outs.
So their concerns about Shy were warranted. He stole second and took third when the ball got by the second baseman.
So Stitt now has to concentrate on the batter, Hunter Edwards. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Full count with 2 outs and a runner on third for the Tornadoes. These opportunities aren't going to come along too often, I don't think. This game has been a pitcher's duel so far. As Stitt, swing and a miss for strike 3, and Edwards commits the third out of the top half of the third inning. No score between Dover and Massillon. We'll come back with the bottom of the third inning in a moment here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Back and ready to go here with the bottom half of the third inning. Xavier Hamid will lead it off for the Tigers.
Number 9 hitter for Massillon.
Colin Bruno so far has kept the score at 0 for Massillon. Also, we want to thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, Smartway Communications. Tired of unexpected bill increases or non-existent rural internet coverage? Well, there's a better way. Smartway. High-speed internet at an affordable price, and Smartway can go where the other companies can't. Visit thinksmartway.com. So Hamid steps in against Bruno. No score between Dover and Massillon as we hit the bottom half of the third inning. And Bruno, the first pitch, and Hamid lines it out to center field, and Caden Shy comes in and makes the play for out number 1.
This is Caden Shy's inning. Got that hit, stolen base, took third, and in the outfield made a diving catch, running in towards the infield out of center field.
So Gavin Marceric, the leadoff hitter, up for his second time. He lined out in the first inning. Bases are clear with 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning as Massillon at the plate with Marceric. Ball 1, 1-0 the count here for Bruno. Both teams have had a couple of chances, but no score yet as Bruno with the right-hander with the pitch low and outside. Ball 2.
Bruno hasn't struck anybody out yet, but he's getting them to hit to his teammates.
Bruno ready again. The pitch, that one is hit hard out to left field. And properly positioned is James Leggett. And he'll catch it. And that'll be the second out.
He didn't have to move. That ball was hit right to him. Just after I said Bruno's getting him to hit his teammate, he hit it directly to Leggett out there in left field.
So Brennan Crow stands in with 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. Tigers are putting the bat on the ball. There's no question. As Bruno, the first pitch to Crow is strike 1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. No score between Dover and Massillon. As Colin Bruno moving along nicely. And that one is fouled back for strike 2.
Back to the leadoff hitter here. He's batting .282 on the season. His team has 1 home run on the year, and he's the one who hit it.
So Crow with the 0-2 count. 2 outs. And Bruno takes strike 3. The ball's dropped, and they'll throw down to first. And they just get him at first base after the drop third strike. So that is the end of the third inning as there is no damage done. 0-0 our score at the end of 3 here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
And we're back here for the top half of the fourth inning. It'll be Ham, Gruhl, and McGarry. For the Dover Tornadoes as we're back to the top half of the fourth inning. No score between Dover and Massillon.
Top of the fourth inning for the Tornadoes. Number 7, Ben
So
Ham.
Ben Ham made a great play in the outfield to save a run. And Drew Stitt and Colin Bruno both pitching well for their respective teams.
Ham legged out a single, infield single in the first inning. One of 3 hits for the Tornadoes.
Ham takes strike 1 as we begin the top half of the fourth inning. Stitt quickly working, and that is ball 1. 1-1 to count. Nobody out. And no score, 0-0. Between Massillon and Dover, and I think we could have somewhat predicted it was going to be a close game based on the 2 games they played already this season. And that is ball 2. 2-1 on Ben Ham.
Yep, 0-0 here. It was 1-0 the final of the game that was played in Dover, and 4-2 again in Massillon.
Pitch from Stitt, hit deep to center field. Center fielder's going back. Crow is making a play on it. Can't get to it, and that is going to be Ham into second base as he caught it on the bounce. And Ham's got a double.
The Dover dugout is fired up. We are sitting above them, and we can hear them cheering on Ben Ham. Hard hit double to center field.
So Ham with 2 hits now, single in the first inning, and a double here in the fourth. And that'll bring up Mason Gruhl. So they're in the heart of the order here. A big opportunity for the Dover Tornadoes. And now the question is, do they bunt here or do they hit away?
Gruhl batting .302. He's been a clutch hitter.
Yeah, they're not showing, but they're going to hit away with the runner on second. If he was on first, might be a different story.
Gruhl's had some walk-offs winning in late innings for the Tornadoes.
1-0 the count on Gruhl. Stitt doing a nice job, but the Tornadoes with a runner on second, nobody out. And that is lined up the middle. Gets through the second baseman. It could be a play at the plate here. The throw coming home, the slide, and he's going to be safe out at second base.
Wow.
The runner, Gruhl, takes the extra base on the throw home, and Dover gets a single from Gruhl and an RBI and takes the extra base on the throw home, and Gruhl is out at second base where he will stand, and now he'll have a pinch runner come in for him into the contest.
So we got a 1-0 game.
Nope, he's out there. He just gave his gear to the first base coach.
Ham, we started the game, we thought he was hurt there, stepping on first base, and now he's hustled out a double. He's hustled out a fly ball, and he hustled around from second, scoring on a single.
So Dover playing small ball, being smart, taking the extra base. And that brings up Cade McGarry with a runner on second, and nobody out. The bunt down the first base line is foul. So the Tornadoes trying to get an extra run across here.
They got lucky on that bunt. That was bouncing oddly in the infield there. Bounced foul.
So McGarry looks down at third base. Head coach Jeff Fondres down there giving the signals.
There's a lot of dust down there at home plate. Ben Ham was just covered in dirt after he slid head first into home.
Again, the bunt this time goes right to the pitcher. They'll try to go to third, but they'll come back to first and get the out there. They looked at third, but a good job by Gruhl to get there in a hurry. So the sacrifice by McGarry is the first out of the top half of the fourth inning. And Jonah Marks will come up, but the sacrifice moved the runner to third. So Gruhl would like to see a little hit here as We're going to have a visit to the mound quick, and that'll give us time to tell you that we want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Pets Place, your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. They have products for pets, from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and, of course, everything you need for dogs and cats. Visit them at 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest on the south side of New Philadelphia. And we also want to thank the T-County Boxing Academy. They're the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer a variety of classes for youth and adults, along with supplements for the best workouts possible. The T-County Boxing Academy is located on East Avenue in New Philadelphia. Follow them on Facebook. Runner on third, Stitt ready to go with the pitch, and the grounders down the third base line. And Marks trying to do his best to bring home another run. He flied out in the second inning.
Another player, he's got a .238 batting average, but he's had some clutch hits for Dover this season.
And he will take ball one. 1-1 the count with one out. Runner on third for the Tornadoes. And they lead it 1-0. Getting a run here in the top half of the fourth inning, looking for more. Stitt the pitch. The grounder to shortstop, it's going to get through, and that will be run number 2 and an RBI single for Jonah Marks.
You can hear how fired up the Dover dugout is.
Now batting number 14.
As number 14, Nathan Leggett, comes to the plate with a runner on first for the Tornadoes. They lead it 2-0 against Massillon here in this sectional championship game. The winner will play on the 23rd against most likely Jackson, as Leggett's showing bunt, fouls it back for strike one.
Leggett batting .267 on the season. He does have 3 sacrifice bunts.
So the Tornadoes trying to get another run into position, but that time he takes a strike for strike 2. 0-2 the count with one out, a runner on first for the Tornadoes. Nathan Leggett is at the plate, struck out the first time at bat in the second inning, and he'll take second strike. 1-2 the count. And Stitt working quickly with a runner on first. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the strikeout is out number 2.
Now batting number 15, James Leggett.
And we'll go down to James Leggett, the left fielder, batting .270. See if he can advance the runner from first. Takes ball 1 with 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth inning. Dover scoring 2 runs so far. And Leggett trying to do some more damage, but takes the strike there for a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you from Massillon High School. Drew Stitt on the mound for the Tigers against the Tornadoes. And that is ball 2. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Runner on first for the Tornadoes.
Leggett showing good patience at the plate.
James Leggett watches it come in, and it is ball 3. 3-1 the count. As Jonah Marks on first base. Stitt asking for a different baseball.
You know, they're loose out there. James Leggett is smiling up at the plate at the antics of his teammates in the dugout. He calls time from the box.
Drew Stitt ready to deliver on the 3-1 pitch with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Runner on first for the Tornadoes. They lead it 2-0 over Massillon. The pitch, and it is ball 4. And a walk for James Leggett.
You know, we can hear how fired up the Dover players are. Looking at the Massillon bench, it's pretty quiet over there. Not a lot of activity.
And we're going to get another visit to the mound by the Tigers.
They do have someone throwing out there.
And that will give us a chance to talk to you about Subway and how we're proud to recognize excellence in each athletic contest we are on WJER Radio with them as our partner. with the Subway Player of the Game award. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll name our Subway Player of the Game, and that athlete will enjoy a great meal from our local Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. And also, we want to thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, Wood Electric. They've been trusted with all your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're available 24 hours a day and are ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation for industrial, commercial, or residential work. Find them online at woodelectric.net. And it looks like we're going to get a pitching change.
Number 4, Christian Marsh.
Christian Marsh on to pitch.
Christian Marsh comes in with a 5-2 record in 9 appearances. Pitched 46 innings, the most by any Massillon pitcher this season. His ERA is 1.29. He has 39 Ks on the season, and that leads the Tigers. Dover chases the starter, Drew Stitt, after 3 2/3 innings.
So tough spot here for a reliever to come in. As Christian Marsh, no stranger to pitching. And he will take over here in a precarious position with runners on first and second for the Tornadoes. And they've already plated 2 runs here in the top half of the 4th inning.
He's a right-hander on the mound. Just taking some warm-up pitches here.
We will be ready to go here momentarily.
Here's Caden Shy coming up to bat. That's the last thing they want is him on the base pass to get this new pitcher worried about somebody stealing.
Right, he had a single in the 3rd inning that was well hit. Then he stole second, went to 3rd on an overthrow. So he's a danger on the base pass, but the Tornadoes pose a bigger problem to Christian Marsh. They've got runners on first and second, and Shy will take the first pitch, and it's ball 1. 2 outs, but the Tornadoes still trying to get more runs here in the top half of the 4th. Christian Marsh delivers. That's high for ball 2.
Shy's still doing his job, taking pitches. Every at bat, he's taking the first 2 pitches.
So Marsh standing in, 2-0 the count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Dover up 2-0. And that one is popped straight up, and that should end the inning as Chase Duplain gloves it. And at the end of the top half of the 4th inning, the Dover Tornadoes lead the Massillon Tigers 2-0 on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Hello, Dover. Omni Fiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for Omni Fiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of Omni Fiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
Family owned and operated for more than 50 years, Dover Brake specializes in sales and service of everything involving automotive and heavy-duty brakes, along with a vast selection of truck parts and accessories. They also offer alignment, custom U-bolt bending, industrial sandblasting, bonding, and more. And now, you can find the parts you're searching for with a complete in-store inventory updated regularly at DoverBrakeInc.com. Safely shop and pay online and have your purchase delivered, or pick it up at Dover Brake, Route 250 in Strasburg, online at DoverBrakeInc.com.
And we are back ready for the bottom half of the 4th inning here for the Massillon Tigers. And it'll be, I believe, Hackenbrack, McGeorge, and Palilli. Correct?
Sounds good to me. Colin Bruno coming off of his second 3-batter inning.
I want to also thank our good friends at Claxon Communications, Casey Claxon producing, Natalie Holbrook on camera. I promised her I'd mention her name, so now everybody's heard it. She's so proud of that.
Got a lefty at the plate as Bruno tries to preserve this 2-0 lead for the Crimson Tornadoes.
Hackenbrack stands in against Colin Bruno. And that is into right field quickly for a single. And the Tigers get some offense here with the first pitch of the bottom half of the fourth inning.
He was not waiting. He swung at the first pitch that time.
And Matt McGeorge stands in, batting .324. Nobody out. Massillon with a runner on first base.
So do they bunt again? I mean, .324 batter, you think he could swing, drive somebody in, but they've shown that they want to bunt, move the runner, manufacture a run.
We'll know here shortly. The Tornadoes are, I think, prepared that he is going to hit away.
Yeah, a little shallow there in third base, but not.
And that is ball one from Bruno. Bottom half of the fourth inning, we finally got some runs. In the top half of the fourth, Dover scored twice.
George singled in his first at-bat to center field.
And Bruno ready to go on the 1-0 count. Took a little off of it, and it's ball two. 2-0, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth, Massillon with a runner on first base. And Matt McGeorge at the plate, the second baseman. Colin Bruno with the pitch, low, and that quickly 3-0, and now Massillon has the makings of a rally here. So Bruno's going to have to pull it together a little bit. A 3-0 count. He knows what he's got to do. Doesn't want a runner to get to second base. And Bruno with the pitch. A little high, and it's a walk for Colin Bruno.
So he walked him on 4 straight, and now runners on first and second with no outs after a hit and a walk.
So we'll see what if a bunt is in play here.
Well, whatever they're doing, they're going to talk about it first. There's a conference going on with the base runners and the batter and the Massillon coaches over there down the third base line.
And we want to remind you, too, that we want to thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Whether it's sniffles and sneezes or something more serious, world-class care is near you. Find your nearest provider at clevelandclinic.org/locations. And thanks to our pregame and postgame sponsor, Guide Funeral Homes, the Guide family and staff wish all of our area's spring sports athletes the best of luck this season. When it matters most, you can put your trust in Guide. Guide Funeral Homes, crematories, remembrance centers, and pet crematory, serving Tuscarawas County families for 5 generations.
So the infield's in. Palilli bunted last time up. He's got runners on first and second.
Palilli with the sacrifices last time up, you were right. He will bunt again. The third baseman will field it over to first, and a good play there at first by Jonah Marks to gather it in, and that is 1 out, but that advances runners to second and third for the Tigers. Dover leading it 2-0. You can imagine how fun that is for your best hitter to have to bunt twice.
And now you've got Drew Stitt. Pitcher came out of the game, but he's
still the DH.
Still the DH.
So runners on second and third for the Tigers. Bottom of the fourth, Dover leading it 2-0. Drew Stitt at the plate, and that is hit hard out to center field. It's going to drop in, and that'll tie the game up. As Stitt with a single gets 2 RBIs, and we are tied up. So there went the lead.
Well, he gave up the 2 runs, and Stitt scored the 2 runs, driving in 2 runs here after giving up 2 runs to Dover in the top of the inning. Gets him back by driving in 2 with a hard hit single.
So Luke McGeorge, the next batter up, with 1 out and a runner on first. And again, Massillon will go to a conference as Jeff Vondrius comes out. The coach for the Tornadoes comes out to talk to his infield and to his pitcher, as we are tied at 2 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. We want to say thanks to our scoreboard sponsor, Keim Home Center. Keim's located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County and is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. They're dedicated to caring for your project like they would care for their own. Visit them on State Route 557 in Charm or online at keimlumber.com. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you. And Bill, appreciate you coming along with us. Your first effort behind the microphone here at a sports event, so we're glad you're here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So Coach Fonder's leaving the ball in Colin Bruno's hands. He's going to let him pitch out of this. Now, they have had several days of rest, so any of his other pitchers would be available, but he's got trust in his sophomore here.
Luke McGeorge at the plate. Runner on first for the Tigers, tied up at 2 apiece, and that is a high pitch for ball 1. So Bruno's going to have to settle down a little bit here. He's under the gun a little bit.
Massillon's coach had something to say to the umpire there. So that pitch was really high for Bruno, so he's got to settle down, bring it into the strike zone.
McGeorge standing in from the right side. And that is strike 1. 1-1 the count here on Luke McGeorge. 1 out. Score tied at 2-2. Massillon with a runner on first base. Bottom of the 4th inning in this sectional championship game. As that ball is ripped out to center field for a single, and that'll advance Stitt to second base. McGeorge with a hit. And still 1 out, but runners on first and second as Chase Duplain will come to the plate. And he has done a nice job hitting. He's hit a couple of balls hard in this one.
He flew out. We were saying for his batting average, the contact he made with the ball is last time up.
1 out, runners on first and second for the Tigers. They've tied it up at 2 apiece. And Chase Duplain at the plate against Colin Bruno. A little bit of a change up there for strike 1.
Statistics provided to us by Massillon, so he's batting 159 on the season. But again, first time up, didn't look like a 159 hitter. Put a charge into it.
So Bruno checks the signals. And he'll come to the plate. And that's fouled back for strike 2. 0-2 the count with 1 out here on the Tigers. Chase Duplain, runners on first and second.
Bruno would like to get him out and the number 9 hitter after him so he doesn't have to face the top of the lineup again with anybody on base.
So Bruno staring down the signals. Duplain from the right side. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 3.
Now bat number 1.
So 2 outs and the 9 batter in the box.
Xavier Hamid comes to the plate, batting .225. And the runners on first and second are going to be full go here with 2 outs. Bruno's pitched pretty well. Unfortunately for the Tornadoes, he's had a little hiccup here, and as that one is hit out to right field.
And he got it.
And Ham with a nice catch, and that will end the inning. 2 runs for each the Tornadoes and the Massillon Tigers in the 4th inning as we go to the top of the 5th, tied at 2-2 on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Ready to go here with the top half of the 5th inning. The Dover Tornadoes are just about ready to go here. And it looks like we will go back to the top Where are we starting out on the order? Let's see where we're at. So it'll be Ethan Kelliker that will come to the plate.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Dover Tornadoes.
Top of the 5th inning, it'll be Kelliker, Edwards, and Ham coming to bat here in the top half of the 5th inning.
So in the bottom of the 4th there, Coach Fondrist had some faith in Colin Bruno to get the outs, and he closed it out.
Christian Marsh, the second pitcher for the Tigers, delivers, and it's chopped down the first base line, foul by Ethan Kelliker. Kelliker has 2 flyouts to the outfield in his first 2 at-bats. 0-1 the count here on Kelliker. Top of the 5th, we are tied at 2-2 between Dover and Massillon. And that is ball 1. 1-1 with nobody out. Top of the 5th, nobody on base.
This pitcher's fast. He's moving quickly.
And an early swing by Kelliker, and that is strike 2. 1-2 the count. And Christian Marsh working quick, and that is strike 3.
Kelliker did not like that call. Marsh is working much quicker than the batters are getting ready. He's ready to pitch, and the batters aren't in the box. So as soon as they step in, he's ready to throw the ball.
And that is Dover's going to have to adjust their mindset here as they come to the plate. That'll bring up Hunter Edwards at a double and a strikeout, and that is strike 1 by Marsh.
Yeah, they can't really take their time up there because he's ready to throw right now.
As Marsh, second pitch. Chop foul over the third base dugout. And quickly 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Marsh is kind of changing the pace of the game as Dover's trying to take early pitches, and now they don't have time to think about it.
And Marsh looking for a strikeout. That is ripped down the third base line. That could end up being 2. We'll see. But a quick reaction by the left fielder out there, Xavier Hamid, holds Edwards to a single. And Ben Ham will come to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first for the Tornadoes.
The ground is unforgiving today. Every time somebody hits the ground, they come up real slowly. Right now, it's the third baseman who dove after that, Luke McGeorge, for Massillon, getting some attention out there by the trainer. Dove right on his chest there.
So it looks like he'll be able to continue. That does give us a chance to tell you that we want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Keim Home Center. Keim's located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County and is a destination and trusted source for your home building and woodworking needs. They're dedicated to caring for your project like they would care for their own. Visit them on State Route 557 in Charm or online at keimlumber.com. So McGeorge okay. And now it'll be Ben Ham stepping in. He doubled to lead off the 4th inning. Back up now here in the 5th with a runner on first.
Senior leader on this team and other teams this year for the Crimson Tornadoes sports teams.
Ham batting .343 for Dover. Takes ball 1. So Kelliker on first. Ham at the plate. 1-0 the count with 1 out. And it's quickly 2-0.
You know, as quick as Marsh was moving with nobody on, with somebody on, it's an obvious change of pace now. Maybe in favor of Dover as he's worried about the runner just a little bit.
Marsh the pitch. Nice curveball for strike 1. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. Tied at 2 apiece. And that is strike 2. 2-2 on Ben Ham. Tornadoes trying to make something out of this 1-out situation. As Marsh sets, pitches, and that is hit down third base. And over to second, they'll get the out on the fielder's choice.
So McGeorge appears okay out there at third base, made a play going to his left, fielding it, and throwing him out at second base.
So there are 2 outs. Got the lead runner. If you're a Tigers fan, that was good play. And now with 2 outs, Mason Gruel will stand in. He had a single and an RBI in the 4th inning. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, tied up at 2 apiece. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you from Massillon High School in Massillon. Marsh the pitch, low, and that is ball 2. 2-0 the count with 2 outs. And Dover with a runner on first. Marsh the pitch, high. Ball 3. 3-0. I'm going to take a guess he might just hold off on this one.
I would hope so.
See if you can get a free pass. And that is ball 4.
So again, runner on base just slows the game down just a little bit for Marsh. Maybe caused a little bit of control there. Walked the batter on 4 straight pitches.
So Dover now with runners on first and second. Cade McGarry steps to the plate. Had a ground out and a sacrifice bunt here so far in the game. Christian Marsh set to pitch with 2 outs on the Tornadoes. Ball will bounce in.
Cade McGarry again leading the team with a .365 batting average. One of those batting average leaders just like Massillon, butting the ball when they come up.
And Marsh is kind of lost his control here, and we're going to have a quick visit to the mound as Marsh was cruising along when he was pitching the speed he likes, and then once Dover broke that up a little bit, now it's become a little more of a challenge here as our game is tied at 2-2. Hey, thanks to our pregame and postgame sponsor Omni Fiber, with a new choice in internet service in the Dover community. Enjoy the speed and reliability of a 100% fiber network and Ohio-based sales and customer service. Get free installation and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit omnifiber.com/Dover to learn more.
You would think he's telling them with 2 outs, stop worrying about the base runners, just focus on the batter. Because you're right, when he was pitching at his pace, he was firing strikes.
So Cade McGarry standing in. Ready to go against Christian Marsh of the Tigers. Marsh, the right-hander. The pitch. And a strike. Quickly evens the count out at 1-1 with 2 outs. Runners for the Tornadoes on first and second. And ball got loose. Runners cannot advance.
Check to swing.
And the count goes to 2-1. So the 2-1 count on McGarry with 2 outs. Dover with runners on first and second trying to score a run as that one is grounded down to second base and over to first, and that will end the top half of the 5th inning as we are tied at 2-2 here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Moving on to the bottom of the 5th inning.
This is Jim Moser with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are living in unusual times, and virtually all businesses are affected by product shortages and shipping delays. With this in mind, I'd like to encourage you to keep your current HVAC system in good working order. Service is our first order of business, and we want to be your first call anytime you need help with your heating and cooling system, even if it's in the middle of the night.
To schedule a maintenance check of your HVAC system, call Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, your local trained comfort specialist at 330-343-5511.
This is Ann Geib. Geibs have cared for the families of this community, always looking for ways we can be of greater service, providing caring pet cremation at our pet crematory located inside the Geib Funeral Center in Dover. I invite you to tour our pet crematory and also talk with a Geib staff member to answer any questions you might have. If you should ever experience a loss of a pet, allow the Geib family and staff to provide you and your pet with compassionate and timely on-site pet cremation.
Geibs, caring for the entire family.
Ready to go here with the bottom half of the 5th inning, and we also want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Pets Place, your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. They have products for pets, from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and, of course, everything you need for dogs and cats. Visit them at 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest on the south side of New Philadelphia.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth
So
inning,
leading
Tigers,
off the fifth
Gavin
inning,
Marceric.
in the bottom half of that is Gavin Marceric, batting .282.
Coach Finder's leaving Colin Bruno in the game to pitch with a 2-2 game.
So Marceric standing in from the right side. Bruno's first pitch, strike one. Now Bruno's had good control, and as you mentioned, they haven't played for a couple of days, so everybody is in pretty good shape. I see a pitcher warming up in the Massillon bullpen, and that one was ripped out to center field. Caden Shy will handle it and get it back in quickly to hold Marceric to a single.
Well hit, but a simple hit, just one bounce to the center fielder.
So nobody out, runner on first for the Tigers. And that will bring up Brennan Crow. Crow has a ground out and a strikeout in his two previous plate appearances. Right now, one run is worth gold as we're getting to the latter stages of the ball game. A lot of levers to be pulled yet in this one.
There are. Both teams have several pitchers who have pitched a lot of innings this season, and it looks like Massillon is going to use their pitchers while Dover's sticking with Colin Bruno, who in his two most recent outings pitched shutouts against two solid teams.
Bruno ready to go. Nobody out. Runner on first for the Tigers. A bunt that bounces off the first baseman, and a runner is safe at first. So a nice bunt that ended up with a little bit of a misplay, and runners on first and second now for the Massillon Tigers.
That was a strange bunt as it came off his bat, kind of like a line drive instead of on the ground. And I think the first baseman running up expecting to field a grounder, and he had to field a bouncing ball instead. Ended up with the base runner safe at first.
So with nobody out, runners on first and second for the Massillon Tigers. And that will bring up Tyler Hackenbrack. And again, we'll have a visit to the mound from Jeff Fondress. We're going to get a pitching change here for the Tornadoes, as we'll have to check and see who comes out to pitch. And looks like it's going to be number 7. That'll be Ben Ham that's going to come into the game to pitch. So we're going to have another right fielder. So Ham has done it all for all of the Dover sports teams this season, and they'll bring him in relief, as it is quite a jam here.
Actually, it's Kelliker. Ethan Kelliker coming in. Ham came in to switch to third base.
Okay,
and
there we go.
Kelliker to pitch.
And I believe we'll have to see who is out in right field now.
So Kelliker is actually the pitcher who pitched Dover to a win over Massillon. It was 1-0. It was only an unearned run scored by the Crimson Tornadoes in that game, but he worked. He worked for that victory. Threw more than 100 pitches, and just over half of them were strikes, so he was working with a lot of base runners.
So let's see. The lineup would be Ham, I think, over at third. Is that correct?
Ham's over there at third base. Kelliker's in to pitch. He's a right-hander. He's pitched 33 1/3 innings this year.
And that causes a shift. It looks like Gruel went to short, possibly.
Also entering
And
playing right field, number 21, Blake Ring.
Blake Ring's in the game.
so some changes here by the Tornadoes.
Kelliker 4-1 on the season. Only 8 earned runs in those appearances. His ERA is 1.68 again. Dover is a team with a tremendous ERA, just over 2 runs a game, and 2 of the best are pitching today. Bruno leaves this game. Entering the game, he had a .67 ERA, and Kelliker comes in with a 1.68 ERA in 7 appearances, 4-1 record over 5 starts.
Well, Kelliker comes in a jam with the Massillon Tigers runners on first and second, nobody out. Game tied at 2 apiece here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. As Kelliker stands in against Taylor Hackenbrack. Hackenbrack 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is a strike by Kelliker.
He's a left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher.
Well, both teams have to pull out all the stops if they want to move on down the tournament trail.
People are expecting a bunt here on the Massillon side. There he goes.
Kelliker is going to have to field a bunt. He'll throw to third for the outs, and they got the lead runner.
That's important.
That is.
They're celebrating.
They're celebrating.
And the runner on second went to third.
That was a mental error as the Tigers with some alert base running.
So Ham was coming in to tell Kelliker, nice play on that bunt, getting the lead runner, and nobody was behind him covering third. Runner advanced from second to third.
So what a play there with 1 out now. The Tigers with runners at first and third. And that will bring up Matt McGeorge. And McGeorge has a single and a walk. And Kelliker on the mound here for the Tornadoes, trying to limit the damage. As Kelliker's pitch passed ball, and they look at bringing the runner home. They'll hold him at third.
They did advance the runner to second, though, so now runners are on second and third with no outs, or with 1 out, sorry.
Runners on second and third, 1 out. Matt McGeorge, the cleanup hitter, facing Ethan Kelliker of the Tornadoes. Infield is in tight. They're trying to cut down the run at home.
They're giving him the base. So bases are loaded now with 1 out.
Intentional walk.
Now batting for the Tigers,
and
now 21, Brock Polilli.
Brock Polilli will come up, batting .327. 2 sacrifice bunts. Now he's going to have an opportunity, I think, with 1 out to potentially put some runs on the board here for the Tigers as the game is tied at 2-all, but Massillon with the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
It's kind of a pick your poison for the Tornadoes. McGeorge batting .324, Polilli batting .327.
Tornadoes trying to play the odds. They'll load the bases, so they've got to force at any base. As Kelliker ready to pitch. Looks at second, comes home with it. And a little bit wide of the mark outside for ball 1.
So he showed bunt again. I'm not sure if that was just a fake out.
With 1 out, that would be a gutsy call.
It sure would. But Fondra said early and often.
So Polilli with a 1-0 count, 1 out. Bases are loaded.
He's showing bunt. Nope.
Pulls back and takes strike 1.
He got the infielders to move in on him, though. Creating some extra holes out there.
So the Tornadoes in a bit of a jam here. Bases loaded with 1 out. Game tied at 2 apiece here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ethan Kelliker in relief of Colin Bruno. And the bunt off the plate and foul makes it 1-2. And I don't know if you're going to take a chance, with two strikes, you're not going to take a chance, I don't think, and try and bunt it now.
I wouldn't think so either. But with bases loaded and 1 out, we wouldn't think he'd bunt at all.
True enough. Well, you're just counting that you can create some havoc inside your opponent's infield. And Kelliker ready to go with the 1-2 pitch. With 1 out, bases loaded. The pitch, fouled back. We'll do it all over again.
So
Can't afford to walk.
Can't afford to walk. Kelliker's got 2 strikes on him, though, so he's got to feel better about the count.
So Polilli stands in 1-2 the count against Ethan Kelliker. Tornadoes with 1 out on the Tigers, and that is ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Just a bit high.
Palilli with a 2-2 count. Is Kelliker ready for the Tornadoes? And the offering. And that is fouled back.
Palilli's another one of their versatile players who can pitch. He's 4-2 on the season as a pitcher, and he was the pitcher in the 1-0 game in Dover.
So Kelliker and Palilli locked in a battle. The count evened out at 2-2. 1 out. Bases are loaded for the Massillon Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Score tied at 2-2. As Kelliker, the delivery of Knuckler down the third base line. They'll score a run. They'll get the out at first. Got the job done. A ground ball out. Gets an RBI as Brock Palilli puts the Massillon Tigers up 3-2.
That was not a strong swing. Almost looked like he checked it in the middle and then decided to go through, and it just sort of slowly bounced towards third base.
Still not out of the inning as Kelliker has 2 outs for the Tornadoes, but Massillon with runners on second and third, and they'll walk Drew Stitt.
That's probably a good idea. Drew Stitt with that 2-run RBI hit.
Now batting number 9, Luke McGeorge.
So 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Massillon has scored a run to make it 3-2. And the bases loaded again as Ethan Kelliker tries to get the Tornadoes out of a big jam without much more damage. The inside pitch for strike 1. As Luke McGeorge with a single in his last at bat in the 4th inning. Oh, and 1 the count with 2 outs on McGeorge. And that is strike 2. So the Tigers looking for an insurance run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They put 1 on the board. And Kelliker trying to stop it at that for the Dover Tornadoes. Chopped into the ground to the third base. Ham will run to third, step on the bag, and the Tornadoes out of what could have been a big inning as the Massillon Tigers take the lead at the end of 5, 3-2 over the Dover Tornadoes here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Ready to go here with the top half of the 6th inning, and Dover's got 6 outs to go here. They need to put at least 1 run on the board to get evened up, and of course they want to win this game. And still anybody's game as we head into the final 2 innings, I should say. We also want to thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, Smartway Communications. Tired of unexpected bill increases or non-existent rural internet coverage? There's a better way. Smartway, high-speed internet at an affordable price, and Smartway can go where the other companies can't. Visit thinksmartway.com. And our local Subway restaurants are proud to recognize excellence in each athletic contest. We are on WJER with the Subway Player of the Game Award. That athlete will enjoy a great meal from our local Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Go ahead. Christian March still on the mound for the Massillon Tigers, trying to hold on to a 3-2 lead over the Tornadoes. Nobody on base, so we'll see how quick his delivery is.
And Nathan Leggett will step in for the Tornadoes.
Yep, he's lined up and ready to go.
Check it, it's Jonah Marks, that's in. And that was ripped out to left field. And the left fielder's going to have to bring it back in. But Jonah Marks with a single to start a rally here, maybe for the Tornadoes with nobody out. Leadoff hit. And now it'll be Nathan Leggett's turn, batting .267. 2 strikeouts so far.
Marks hit that right over the shortstop's head, just high enough, just out of his reach into the outfield.
As Christian Marsh ready to go. Tornadoes show bunt. First and third base come charging in.
They were about 5 feet away from him. It's a good thing he didn't pull back and swing.
I've seen that happen, and that's not pretty.
I bet. Took a ball, though.
So ball 1, 1-0 the count here. The second batter in the top half of the 6th inning, Nathan Leggett. Opening single here for Jonah Marks.
Leggett getting counseled over there by Coach Fondress about what he's going to do up here. They know that they're expecting him to bunt.
Everybody's expecting him to bunt.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're not up there already. Here comes the third baseman in.
They'll hold the runner at first. Third baseman comes in. He squares to bunt and pitch is a little high and in tight. And 2-0 the count. If you're getting pitches that aren't strikes, you can just hold off. But I've got to think they're going to try and advance the runner to second base. So Leggett, this time,
well, he was just
takes
taking
the pitch
there.
high. Yep, 3-1 the count.
So again, pitcher for Massillon, Christian Marsh, gets a runner on base. A little bit of control issues.
So Marsh against Leggett, and that is ball 4. A walk to Nathan Leggett, and the Tornadoes are in business with runners on first and second. And that'll bring up James Leggett batting .270. Had a fly out to the outfield and a walk in his previous appearances.
Marsh is telling his teammates to calm down. He's saying, I got this.
Nobody out. Runners on first and second for the Tornadoes. The number 9 batter at the plate.
But if he's got it, his coach might not agree because here comes a conference on the mound.
I want to also remind you that we want to thank our pregame and postgame sponsor, the T County Boxing Academy. They're the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer a variety of classes for youth and adults, along with supplements for the best workouts possible. The T County Boxing Academy, located on East Avenue in New Philadelphia. Follow them on Facebook, and it looks like another pitching change. As Marsh will head out.
Christian Marsh. Chase Duplain came off of first base.
Looks like maybe Christian Duplain will be the relief pitcher here. So this will be the third pitcher. So Chase Duplain will move from first base to pitch.
So Chase Duplain, among the pitchers that they have available, does not have the most pitching experience on the team.
Drew Stitt will go to first base. Well, now, okay, so they put Duplain to second base.
All right.
All right, so Matt McGeorge will be the pitcher.
There we go, Matt McGeorge.
All right. Now, everybody's getting different gloves. First baseman to get a different glove. You got people moving all different positions. So bear with us. We'll get it straight here.
That's what happens when you don't have a bullpen and a dugout. Everybody's in the same dugout over there. So your first baseman comes to pitch, or your shortstop comes to pitch, and everybody moves around.
Yeah, I always thought that'd be a little bit unsettling for the infield. When you've got players that have been playing, say, at first base, and suddenly they go to second base, you get a play in the field that's complicated. Those things happen where it can be troubling for sure.
You figure there's a certain mentality to playing each position out there. Dover's got runners on first and second. And we welcome Matt McGeorge to the mound. He's 1-2 on the season in 7 appearances. ERA, another Massillon pitcher with a tiny ERA, 1.18 on the season in just about 24 innings of work.
And James Leggett will come to the plate. And we'll head back to the top of the order. And guessing this might be Dover's best chance here to get the game tied up for sure. As Leggett ready to go, McGeorge taking a few warm-up tosses. Sectional championship game here at Massillon High School. The Dover Tornadoes in at 17-7, and the Massillon Tigers at 15-7. And we also want to remind you that our pre- and post-game sponsor, Wood Electric, we want to thank them. They've been trusted with all your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're available 24 hours a day and are ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation for industrial, commercial, or residential work. Find them online at woodelectric.net.
Winner of this game goes on to a district semifinal against the winner of the game that's just about 5 or 6 miles up the road. It's Jackson in North Canton. Jackson heavily favored in that.
So Matt McGeorge on to pitch to James Leggett. The Tornadoes with runners on first and second and nobody out. As McGeorge the bunt, they'll go to third, get the out at third, and still runners on first and second, but a good play by the infield of the Tigers to get the out.
That bunt was just hit almost as hard as a grounder to the mound, so he had a pretty easy play to get the lead runner there. Didn't quite go where he wanted it to.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. Caden Shy batting .319. He's had a single and 2 flyouts to the outfield. They could use a clutch hit here with runners on first and second and 1 out. And that one has popped up back over the press box area. So long might hit the top of the press box.
I heard it.
Actually. So the runners will reset. 0-1 the count with 1 out on Caden Shy. .319 batter, leadoff hitter for the Dover Tornadoes. Matt McGeorge checks a runner at second, the pitch. And that is going to bounce in for ball 1. 1-1 the count on Shy with 1 out. Dover trailing 3-2.
Players in the dugout trying to rally him and making some noise.
McGeorge set. And the pitch. And that is ball 2. 2-1 against Caden Shy. 1 out for the Tornadoes. Runners on first and second. We're in the top half of the 6th inning, and it's 3-2. Massillon leading Dover. As McGeorge and Shy hits it strong out to center field. And positioned properly is the center fielder out there, Brennan Crow. And there is quickly 2 outs.
Now at bat, number 3, Ethan Kelliker.
Ethan Kelliker, who's started at shortstop, now is the relief pitcher. He'll come up against McGeorge with 2 outs and runners on first and second for the Tornadoes.
That fly out to center by Shy, not quite deep enough to advance any runners. Still on first and second. Only 3-2 game. But in this atmosphere, it feels like a lot more.
McGeorge looks to plate, delivers a little high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count with 2 outs. McGeorge not working at the same pace as the previous 2 pitchers.
He's a little more deliberate, but he had to come in with runners on. And he steps off.
McGeorge steps off with the 1-0 count with 2 outs. All he really needs to worry about right now is the batter.
Kelliker's due. He's had some hard hit balls, but 0 for 3.
And McGeorge sets, throws, and that is popped straight up over the press box area. And another solid strike on the roof of the press box. Here at Massillon High School, this is a sectional championship game featuring Dover and Massillon. Massillon with the lead, 3-2 here in the top half of the 6th inning. But Dover threatening with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Ethan Kelliker at the plate with a 1-1 count. And that's a little high, making it 2-1.
Massillon on their third pitcher today.
Now, both teams, as we talked about, you got to go all out here. You can't let anything on the field. You've got to play hard to get to the next round as McGeorge delivers, and that is fouled back.
And even whoever wins this game and moves on, the next game is scheduled for Monday, so they still have a pretty decent break in between this one and the next one. So all these relievers should have enough rest if they want one of them to start next game between Thursday and Monday.
2-2 the count on Kelliker with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Tornadoes. And Massillon trying to get out of a jam here as McGeorge on in relief. And that one is popped straight up down the first base line. And looks like it's out of play. It's right out of our angle to see it, but nobody started to scream, so we're assuming it was a foul ball.
Out of play and out of sight. So this is a battle here right now. This is an at-bat.
The outs are running out for the Tornadoes. They really would like to get one across right here as McGeorge stares down Kelliker.
Kelliker steps out. Chess match now between these two.
Runners on first and second for the Tornadoes. 2-2 the count. Pitch. Ooh. Ball 3, and the Tigers were headed to the dugout.
They did not like that call.
They were all headed to the dugout.
The coach is not happy about it. He's talking to his catcher, but he's probably indirectly talking to the umpire.
So the 3-2 count with 2 outs. And now, see if they get a little makeup call here maybe. McGeorge with the pitch, looks at second base, steps off the rubber. And McGeorge now going to focus on the runner here. Full count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Dover with Kelliker at the plate. And that one is hit straight up in the air. It's going to be foul again, I believe, out of play.
So we've got a full count. How many foul balls is that now for him?
That's a bunch.
That is a bunch. A couple straight back, a couple over our heads here in the press box. They're really letting them hear it from the Dover dugout.
3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. McGeorge, the pitch. And a little high for ball 4. And it's a walk to Kelliker.
Now batting number 4, Hunter Edwards.
And Hunter Edwards will come to the plate. Dover trailing by 1 run here in the top half of the 6th inning. Matt McGeorge on in relief for the Tigers. Bases are loaded.
Edwards has 2 hits today.
A single here could change the complexion of the game. The pitch. And that is ball 1. McGeorge can't find the strike zone.
No.
You can't really fool around. You got nowhere to put a runner.
Massillon coaches are getting a little irritated over there, whether it's at the calls or it's at the location of the pitches.
McGeorge, the pitch a little high for ball 2.
I feel like if they had a telephone over there, they'd be calling the bullpen.
Yeah. I'm looking out there right now to see if they've got anybody warming up, and they do not. But I think a pitching change may be coming here shortly if this doesn't go well. 2-0 the count on Edwards. The pitch by McGeorge. And a strike.
Oh, and now Dover does not like the call. Looked a little high from over here, but
2-1 the count on Edwards with 2 outs. 3-2, Massillon leading Dover here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second for the Tornado. All bases are loaded, rather. And they take another strike.
So again, Hunter Edwards at the plate. Not happy with the call, but like you said, maybe making up some others.
Bases loaded. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. McGeorge, big pitch here. And that is hit hard out into left field, and it's just foul. Foul ball. Boy, that was down the line. That would have cleared them all.
Just a couple feet there. Game of inches. That would have cleared the bases down the left field line.
So the runners will head back to the bases.
Edwards does have a double in this game. Had the first hit of the game, a double in the first inning.
I can't believe they're leaving that much space for a right-handed hitter down that left field line. There's a lot of space there.
Yeah, he didn't move over even after that hit.
McGeorge, the 2-2 count with 2 outs on Edwards, and a little bit high. And again, we go to 3-2. Nowhere to go here.
They are scrapping the Tornadoes. A lot of late inning victories this season.
2 outs, 3-2 count, bases loaded. McGeorge, the pitch, and that's going to bounce in. Ball's going to get away, and a run will score to tie it up. On the walk to Edwards.
So again, it was the walk that scored him. The ball was in the dirt, went past the catcher, but that's insignificant because it's a walk either way.
Now batting number 7.
So the base is still loaded as Ben Ham comes to the plate with 2 outs, and we are tied up at 3-3.
So bases loaded walk, and again, nobody pitching out there, but their pitchers are probably all out in the field.
Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom with you. An exciting game here at Massillon High School. McGeorge, high and outside. You just have a feeling they're going to make another pitching change.
You got to think so. The catcher right now is the only one coming out to talk to the pitcher.
They're already on their 3rd pitcher.
Well, they have a couple other guys who have played in several games, and their team ERA is minuscule, so I'm sure they have some other guys that they could pitch.
Tied up at 3 apiece. At the plate is Ben Ham. Bases are loaded. Tied at 3 apiece. McGeorge, high for ball 2. And McGeorge really struggling.
So if you look at the ERA of their pitchers, it's McGeorge, Palilli, and Marsh have the 3 lowest ERAs on the team, and they're the 3 pitchers who have come in. They have an Anthony Wilbur on the roster who has a 2.37.
McGeorge that time gets a strike, and the count goes to 2-1.
I'm sorry, it was Drew Stitt with the start today. So they could bring in Palilli, it would seem.
The pitch by McGeorge, and that was popped up. And the infield third baseman comes underneath it, falls down, and catches it as he tumbles backwards for the 3rd out of the inning. At least the top half of the 6th inning, and we are tied at 3 apiece. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more as Dover and Massillon tied up at 3 on the Sports Voice in the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Ready to go here with the bottom of the 6th inning. Ethan Kelliker still on the mound for the Tornadoes. And it's a situation where we are tied at 3-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th, and still anybody's ball game.
Absolutely. You know, we picked the Subway player of the game after the game, and I don't think we're going to know who that Subway player of the game is until we see who scores the winning run in this one.
So it's going to be Duplain, Hamid, and Marceric. The 8-9-1 batters in the lineup for the Tigers against Ethan Kelliker.
off the bottom of the sixth inning.
And this is one of those games where nobody seems to be able to take full advantage.
Absolutely. Dover had the bases loaded there with 1 out. They were able to get a bases loaded walk, but nothing more, and it's tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the sixth.
Dover did have a couple of chances there, so we'll see what happens here as Duplain steps in against Ethan Kelliker. The Tigers here in the bottom half of the sixth inning at bat. And Duplain takes strike 1.
Kelliker would be happy to get the 8-9 batters out, face the top of the lineup with nobody on base.
So Kelliker with the 0-1 count on Duplain, bounces one in all the way to the backstop, and it's 1-1. And it looks like as you predicted, Brock Palilli going out to the warm-up area. He may be the next pitcher. As Kelliker bounces another one in.
Bounces it off the umpire. I'm surprised that both dugouts aren't cheering, but they have had issues with his calls, but they've been pretty consistent on both sides.
2-1 the count here on Duplain. And Kelliker with the pitch. The grounder. Deep in short, it'll get out into left field, and Duplain is on base with a single to lead the inning off. And you just don't want to let those 8 and 9 hitters get on base when they lead off an inning.
Now you got a base runner on first. Got to imagine the 9th batter's going to bunt with the way this team plays.
Xavier Hamid at the plate, the right-handed batter. Ready to work against Ethan Kelliker with Duplain on first for the Tigers. We're tied at 3-3 here at Massillon Washington High School. And the offering for a strike.
Showing bunt. Massillon coach has about a 12-step hand signal over there when everybody knows that it's bunt.
0-1 the count. Kelliker with the pitch. The bunt laid down to Kelliker. They'll have to go to first base. Nobody was covering first base, and they just get the runner at first. Wow, a little confusion.
Now batting number 13, Gavin Marceric.
Well, they've had all those rotations to get a relief pitcher in.
So now with 1 out, Massillon has a runner on second, Duplain out there. And we go back to the top of the order with Gavin Marceric. And he had a single in his last at bat in the 5th inning. And now we've got a visit out to the umpire with the Massillon bench boss. And
not sure what he could be talking about.
I think they're going to take some of the paraphernalia off Duplain. I think he's, well, no. I'm not sure what they're potentially arguing about here. But they're talking to the infield umpire. Now we're going to have a conference here. I'm not 100% sure what there would be to discuss.
No, he was gesturing to the infielders over here who made the play over here with the bunt at first base.
We always get these technical things. They're going to call them out. So they confirmed the call, right?
That's what it sounds like, but I don't know why.
I don't.
What you could have done other than, agree with the decision they already made.
So Marceric at the plate. Duplain on second, and that is a hit into left field, and they'll hold Duplain at third.
Runners advancing to second.
Runners advance to second there on the throw home. So now the Tigers have runners on second and third with 1 out.
So now what you wanted, getting the 8th batter on base, and now he's all the way on third with the runner also on second and only 1 out.
And that'll bring up Brennan Crow, the center fielder. He's played a good center field today. He's made some good catches out there. As Kelliker ready to face off with Crow with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they'll try the pickoff play at third, and Duplain is back safe. Those are always dangerous plays, though. That ball can get loose, and it can cost you.
You're absolutely right. He didn't slide back into third, and I think his coach is telling him, head first.
So the Tornadoes will squeeze in at the corners, and they'll square to bunt. The bunt and a home plate. The runner is safe at home. And that is a run for the Massillon Tigers. Nice bunt by Crow.
Kelliker made a good effort to get it home, but it was just too late. Runner also advanced to third base on that bunt. If he would have got him out, it would have been a great play. If he would have gone, because he spun around 360 before he was able to throw it. That again could have been a dangerous play, but they couldn't get the out.
So it's a 4-3 lead here for Massillon in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Tornadoes still not out of a jam. They've got one out, and they've got runners on the corners. As Tyler Hackenbrack steps in. He was made base on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. And that is hit out into right field. That's going to score another run.
Got past
the outfielder. That's going to make it the merry-go-round. Another run is going to score. And Hackenbrack will go to third. And the ball gets loose at third base, and now they're going to score everybody.
Yeah, that ball came in hot, bounced over the fence, went out of the stadium, so he gets home plate.
So that is 3 runs right there. So a base hit turns into an error, turns into a couple of runs.
I don't know if you give him 2 errors, one on the fielding mistake and then one on the throw that bounced out over the short fence over there behind third base.
So we'll give him 1 RBI. But the other 2, I'm not so sure. We have had, every time I've done a game, we've had some odd thing happen, and that is 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that puts Massillon up 7-3. And there's only 1 out, but the bases are clean.
That was quick, considering it was 3-3 after 5.5 innings, and now suddenly it's 7-3. That's a big deficit to make up for Dover.
Yeah, that's a big play. That 3 runs right there. That's huge. So the Tornadoes are going to have their work cut out for them when they come up in the top of the 7th. That is ball 1.
I don't know if there's nothing to it, but that came right after that interesting question by the.
And McGeorge at the plate. And 1-0 the count with 1 out. And Kelliker working a little quicker. And that is way inside for the 2-0 count.
Put the batter in the dirt there.
So Kelliker working, bases are empty, 2-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. And again, they work inside, and that time I think it got him. And he will go to first base on a hit by pitch. They're working awful close inside, and I'm not sure why you would be doing that at this stage of the game. Brock Palilli up next.
Brock Palilli in to hit. Might be in to pitch in the 7th.
And Vinny Keller comes in as the pinch runner on first base. And Brock Palilli will come into the contest. 2 sacrifice bunts and a grounder for an RBI. 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the 6th inning by Massillon. And again, it came down to fielding.
Yeah, pretty clean game up until the play in the right field here.
Basically 2 errors on the same play,
yep.
And it cost them 3 runs. And Dover now trailing 7-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Massillon still batting with a runner on first and only 1 out.
So Palilli, again, has the best batting average on the team, but he's already sacrificed twice today. He's got a runner on first.
Up 4 runs. I'm going to guess he's going to be allowed to hit away.
He looks like it.
And a big swing, foul back.
So he tucked his shirt in. I mean, he came to the plate with his shirt untucked, but he took a timeout at the plate to tuck it in.
He's looking better.
Yeah.
Sectional championship game. District berth on the line. Ethan Kelliker in relief. And doing a nice job in relief of Colin Bruno. Bruno didn't have a bad outing. Just kept him in the game, and Coach Fondish wanted to make a change, changed it up a little bit, and brought in Kelliker. Runner on first for the Tigers. Palilli at the plate, and that is strike 2. Quickly 0-2 on Palilli with 1 out. And the Tornadoes have some work to do on offense here in the top of the 7th when they get another opportunity. And that is hit out to center field. Caught, thrown back to first base. That's going to be a double play, and they ran themselves out of the inning. So at the end of the 6th inning, it is 7-3. The Massillon Tigers with a lead over the Dover Tornadoes. We'll come back with more in a moment on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Katie, I don't know how you get to work so early, and you even have time to stop at McDonald's.
It's so quick with the McDonald's app. I order and pay from home, pull into the pickup spot, and they bring my food right out. Or I can just run in and grab it from the pickup area.
I always remember the app once I'm already at McDonald's.
But that's okay. Just use it when you order at the drive-thru or inside. Open the app, get your code, and you'll earn points toward free McDonald's food. Plus, the app is loaded with daily deals.
Suddenly I'm having a Big Mac attack.
That sounds good. I'll order it from my app.
The McDonald's mobile app. I'm loving it.
Hello, Dover. OmniFiber is excited to be a part of your community and offer a new choice in internet service. For a limited time, when you sign up for OmniFiber, you will get 3 months free internet. That's right, 3 months free. Enjoy the speed and reliability of our new 100% fiber network with upload speeds up to 50 times faster than cable, Ohio-based sales and customer service, and speeds up to 2 gig. Sign up today and get 3 months of OmniFiber internet on us. Visit omnifiber.com/WJER to learn more.
Ready to go here with the top half of the 7th inning. The last chance here for the Dover Tornadoes as they trail 7-3 after a 4-run bottom of the 6th inning for Massillon.
After that inning, senior Ben Ham, playing third base right now, called up the players over. They had a meeting here on the field just outside the third base line, pointed to the scoreboard, pointed out how they just scored 4 runs in 1 inning. They got 3 outs. He said, we have 3 outs. So they're going to try to use all 3 of those outs, get back into this game.
So Brock Palilli, who was catching, is now on the mound. And the Tigers, I believe, have switched. Tyler Hackenbrack, maybe? Thought I saw number 6. No, he's out in right field, so that's.
So Palilli having a good season pitching. He's 4-2 on the season with another small ERA. It's 1.24.
Well, Mason Gruel is going to lead it off here, and if you wanted batters lined up, this would be it. We're in the meat of the order, and that's a little high for ball 1 from Brock Palilli. Tornadoes trailing by 4 runs here in the top of the 7th. And that is ball 2.
Gruel's driven in a run today with a single. He also had a walk.
Palilli working in a hurry, and that is strike 1. Actually, it's McGeorge that's catching as they just switched places. Palilli fires the grounder deep at short over to first, and they get the out.
That was a bouncing ground ball to the shortstop, but he made a good play
So one down here in the top half of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up number 8, Cade McGarry, the designated hitter. He's had 2 groundouts and a sacrifice. And he takes ball 1. 7-3. Massillon with a lead over Dover. As Palilli a little bit high. And 2-0 the count with 1 out.
Tornadoes
trying to close this one out.
Yeah. Palilli has faced the Tornadoes before.
Fastball for strike 1. 2-1 with 1 out. Nobody on base for the Tornadoes. Scott Robinson and Bill Hammerstrom bringing you this game from Massillon Washington High School. And that is ball 3, I believe. 3-1 the count with 1 out. Palilli working quickly. As swing and a miss for strike 2.
So Palilli kept the Tornadoes scoreless for 8 innings the last time, 6 innings last time he played against them. Only gave up 1 unearned run in the first.
Palilli working quickly. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is out number 2. And the Tornadoes down to their last out. It'll be Jonah Marks, who singled in the 6th inning. That 4-run bottom of the 6th is going to come back to haunt the Tornadoes, it appears, as they've got 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. As Marks takes strike 1. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Brock Palilli pitching for the Tigers. Nobody on base. Ball 1. 1-1. 2 down. We'll wrap it up here for you shortly, it appears, and we'll be naming our WJER Subway Player of the Game. As Palilli with a grounder foul down the third base line. And it is a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Last chance here for the Tornadoes here in the top of the 7th. Palilli trying to close it out for the Tigers. A little bit high, and that is ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Palilli's pitching with confidence.
Jonah Marks trying to keep the Tornadoes alive. As Palilli entices a grounder to short. This could be the game, and it is. The Massillon Tigers are sectional champions as they defeat the Dover Tornadoes 7-3 here at Massillon Washington High School. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up for you in a moment here on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
Pets Place in New Philadelphia is your locally owned leader in pet supply and wellness. Pets Place has products for pets from fish to ferrets, from bunnies to birds, even reptiles, and of course, everything you need for cats and dogs. Stop by and talk to one of their knowledgeable team members about the frequent buyer program. Pets Place, 118 Commercial Avenue Southwest in New Philadelphia. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday 9 to 6. You can also visit at petsplaceohio.com or on Facebook.
Take your summer projects even further with Kime Loyalty Rewards. Start earning 2.5% back on all purchases when you become a member. Visit us online at kimehome.com for more information or call us at 330-893-2251 to sign up today. Our home center and charm is your trusted source for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
This is Don Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Whether it's repair work from a fender bender, the after effects of a powerful storm, or a life-changing moment like a house fire, Kemp Insurance is here to provide unmatched customer service. Kemp Insurance, your local hometown agents for over 35 years.
This is Nathan Kemp with Kemp Insurance. Contact us today for all your auto, home, farm, business, and life insurance needs. We're proud to have been your local hometown agents for over 35 years and look forward to helping you see the difference local agents can make for you. Kemp Insurance in New Philadelphia.
And we're wrapping it up for you from Massillon Washington High School. The Massillon Tigers with a 7-3 victory over the Dover Tornadoes in a sectional championship game. The Tigers will move on down the tournament trail to district action next week. The Dover Tornadoes finished the season with a fine 17-8 mark. And really good game. I just think there were some some opportunities that just didn't come through for the Tornadoes.
Right, Dover had runners in scoring position several times. They had runners on the bases loaded with only one out. They were able to get a bases loaded walk and a run out of that to tie it at 3, but that was it. And then it was the bottom of the 6th inning where Tigers took advantage of one mistake, pretty clean game until that 6th inning. Fielding and throwing error. I mean, a run probably still would have scored on the hit, but then the bases were cleared and the batter scored. Final score 7-3, Tigers over the Tornadoes. Tigers advance to play the winner of the Massillon-Jackson North Canton Hoover game that's taking place right now. Could be finished, don't have a final score on that. And they next play on Tuesday next week at 2 p.m., Thurman Munson Stadium.
So the final score 7-3, Massillon over Dover. We'll come back. We'll name our Subway Player of the Game and wrap it up here from Massillon Washington High School in a moment on the Sports Voice of the Valley.
This is Ann Geib. Geibs have cared for the families of this community, always looking for ways we can be of greater service, providing caring pet cremation at our pet crematory located inside the Geib Funeral Center in Dover. I invite you to tour our pet crematory and also talk with a Geib staff member to answer any questions you might have. If you should ever experience a loss of a pet, allow the Geib family and staff to provide you and your pet with compassionate and timely on-site pet cremation.
Geibs, caring for the entire family.
Tired of unreliable internet service and unexpected bill increases? Experience internet another way, the smart way. Smart Way Communications is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet provider now serving Dover and New Philadelphia and beyond. Don't get locked into plans with more or less speed than you need. Smart Way is the better way. Local customer service, local infrastructure, and community-minded. That's the smart way to get reliable, affordable internet in Tuscarawas County. Call Smart Way at 740-254-8201, online at thinksmartway.com.
Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital is your first choice for primary care. From a network of family providers to convenient locations near you, you'll always get safe care right where you need it. For wellness visits, for managing your health conditions, for every care in the world. Turn to Union Hospital for all your primary care needs. All Union Hospital locations are accepting new patients. Don't delay. Schedule an appointment today at 330-602-0778.
Wrapping it up here at Massillon Washington High School, the Massillon Tigers with the 7-3 win over the Dover Tornadoes. And Bill, why don't you bring us back to our Subway Player of the Game?
Well, there are a lot of choices. I mean, it's tough when your team loses 7-3, but there were some good efforts by the Crimson Tornadoes. Colin Bruno had a solid start, a quality start. Hunter Edwards had a couple of hits, and he drew that bases-loaded walk that tied the game at 3. We also had RBIs from Jonah Marks and Mason Gruhl. But I am going to pick the senior leader, Ben Ham, for the Subway Player of the Game. Ran out an infield single in the first inning. Appeared to hurt his leg, but that did not stop him from making some great plays in the outfield. Also had another hit in the game, a double, so we're going to pick Ben Ham as our Subway Player of the Game.
All right. As always, he will be treated like royalty at Subway on his next visit. He'll be fed well, and don't forget Subway, eat fresh. That is going to wrap it up here from Massillon as the Dover Tornado season comes to an end with a fine 18-7 mark. The Massillon Tigers will move on to district action next week. Their record improves to 16-7. So for Bill Hammerstrom, Casey Claxon, Natalie Holbrook, the Claxon Communications team, and our WJER sports team, I'm Scott Robinson saying so long, everybody.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, foot-long, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required. 2023 high school baseball and softball on WJER is made possible by great local sponsors like Keim Home Center, Wood Electric, Pets Place, Dover Brake, Dover Philly Heating and Cooling, Kemp Insurance, Smartway Communications, T County Boxing Academy, Wendy's, Geib Funeral Homes, Crematories, and Pet Crematory, Subway, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, and Omni Fiber. Catch a video replay of today's game on WJER.com/videos or on WJER Radio's YouTube channel. Thanks to our video production team at Claxon Communications. WJER is the sports voice of the Valley.